All right, letting the hands and feet go to form solid offense is difficult. To get really good at that is difficult. Don't kid ourselves. But solid defense is even more difficult. And then moving beyond that in the next stage is being able to use your defense and then come back with your offense. That is called counters. Throwing counter shots is very difficult. And today I'm going to give you my 3 favorite, all of which are very basic, very beginner level, but the ones that work the best. Like I mentioned in the introduction, it's very difficult to get good counters going. Just throwing non-stop, not so difficult. I mean, to get really, really good at high-level combos takes some skill, but when you don't have somebody throwing at you, it's not overly difficult. That's why bag work and shadow boxing is so easy for people to look good at. But then when we start moving into sparring, all of a sudden we're going, oh, okay, I'm throwing my shots and somebody's hitting me. And now things become much more difficult. So what I want to focus on today is my 3 favorite ways to block techniques and follow up. Things that I've utilized time and time again as I won all the belts behind me. The first one I want to work on today is what to do with a body round kick. And this is one that I utilize non-stop. I teach it non-stop and it works pretty much for everybody. When I see the round kick come from either side, I decide, okay, this hand is going to take the impact. The round kick is coming to that arm, but I don't want the full force to bang against my bicep, so I take the opposite arm and I block the kick with about 70% of the force going into the arm that reaches across. The remaining 30% can hit this arm. It won't take too much damage. From here, if I twist my body properly to get the shot blocked, now this back arm is loaded up, and because it only took 30% of the impact, it's ready to fire back. I utilize a cross off the back arm, block, cross, and a hook off the lead arm. Do not bother trying to go with a jab. A block and a jab, you just do not gain enough power. You need that hook to scare people. And yes, you might have to go for a long, lengthy hook as opposed to a short one because they're probably further away throwing that round kick with their long legs. To get very proficient at this, you very simply need a training partner, probably with shin pads, to stand across from you. They blast the round kick in and they have their hand ready like a hand pad to catch your punch. They come here and here and here and here, and you just drill and get comfortable with every time somebody kicks, boom, slam back, boom, slam back. This is one of my favorites. It does not mean it's the only way to deal with a body round kick, but in terms of kickboxing, it is, in my opinion, one of the most effective ways. Number 2, I want to talk about front kicks. When a front kick comes to the body, we have lots of options, stepping back, utilizing our elbows, catching, but the one that I like to execute is a full scoop through, trying to bat that leg out of the way. If they kick with their left leg, I use my left hand. If they kick with their right leg, I use my right hand. At the same time as I scoop, I hollow out. I just scoop my bum back a little bit. My lead leg just shuffles tiny bit back just to help me hollow out. This means that if for some reason they manage to get right to my stomach before I bat that kick to the side, I've just moved my stomach out of that danger zone. Then from there I scoop through, and because when they get their front kick knocked off to the side, the back of their leg is exposed. So I come back with the counter low kick. This is classic kickboxing tactics. I scoop and boom with the low kick. Scoop, boom with the low kick. One of my absolute favorites, one again that works over and over. Now throughout the years I have got pretty good at catching kicks, but there's a bit more of a risk letting both hands drop, whereas on this other one I have one hand that stays up, and because I have this hand completely clearing my face, there is really nothing that can go wrong. I've never had anybody land a Brazilian kick or a question mark kick, you might know it as that, because my other hand's up, and as long as I clear my face, I don't have to worry about that front kick coming up to my jaw and catching me. So you guys utilize this one as well. And counter number 3, which has just been spectacular for me, is utilizing my left hook pretty much off any punch. So if somebody throws a jab towards me, I could turtle shell and counter back. If they come with a left hook, they're kind of come across here, I block, counter left hook. If they come with a right hook, block, counter left hook. I find the left hook, because the shoulder's already in the lead, it's very easy for me to pop out and be very, very fast on. And as we said before, when we're using counter shots off blocking the round kick, coming back with the jab is not super effective because it does not have the same power as the hook. So for me, it's just utilize that hook to get the extra power, and every time somebody throws at me, block, counter, block, counter. Could be to the body as well, block, counter. I just let that hand fire out, fire right back, and the whole time keep the right hand tight to my head so that I'm completely covered. One side covered by the head, other side covered by my shoulder. Yes, there are small openings, but you minimize the ability for your opponent to land anything by making sure you're really snug and tight as you throw your counter shot. And those guys are my 3 favorite ways to block techniques and throw counters back. Like I said, I've been doing this for a long time, and these continue to be effective. It's not like they go to style. It's not like people can discover tricks to render them useless. They're always effective, and you want to get these ones down because they will continue to be effective in the martial arts and specifically kickboxing world. And that's it for me today, guys. If you enjoyed the video, please give it a like. If you haven't already, join the channel, get subscribed. Train hard, guys. I'll see you back here soon for another episode.